Yo, what's going on? It's Chris from Hair Loss from Steroids, and I want to tell you about something I started just about a week ago that I'm kind of like doing my own little experiment with, I guess. I removed entirely the artificial sweetener aspartame from my diet, and aspartame is it's not Splenda, it's not stevia, it is the more artificial one of the sweeteners. It is what would be an equal, which is the blue packet, and what is in the majority of diet sodas, Crystal Light, and stuff like that. And I've definitely been consuming way, way too much of that lately. So I'm gonna just basically tell you what I find from doing it because I really have been consuming a lot of it, and it's not good for you, even if it doesn't cause hair loss, even if it doesn't give you headaches and stuff like that. Um, so I'm talking about a lot of it. We're talking about the equivalent of like maybe a gallon of diet soda a day with Crystal Light on top of it. So it's kind of hypocritical of me because I push a lot of health stuff to be doing this, but no more of that. And I want to see how it affects hair loss. Now, there's some stuff on the internet about, oh, aspartame causes hair loss. It'll make you lose tons and tons of hair. And I don't know that to be true. There might be cases with that, but if aspartame did cause hair loss, okay, it's not going to be androgenic alopecia. It's not going to close your hair follicles. Only DHT can do that. So if you have lost hair from aspartame, and you do remove it from your diet, um, likely all the hair is completely recoverable because it's not miniaturized. It's what I would call shedding. You can check out the video that I make a distinction between androgenic alopecia, DHT, hair loss miniaturization versus shedding. So that would be the kind of hair loss that aspartame would fall under if it does happen. And again, you can Google this, and there's a lot of bro-intelligence out there and other people talking about, how aspartame ruined their life and stuff like that. And just because it is legal and available and over the counter, it doesn't mean the FDA is looking out for our protection. But at the same time, I do think a lot of the health risks with aspartame are they tend to be exaggerated. So I'll find out for myself. So first off, let me tell you what I'm expecting from this. Been consuming aspartame at a very high level for a while now, very much too much. So what am I expecting from taking it out of my diet? The truth is, guys, nothing. I'm really not expecting anything from this. Um, June and July, as are January, December and January, June and July, December and January, those are the 4 months that I tend to shed the most hair in the shower. And it's that way every year, and this year is no different. So I actually want to see that, we're sort of in the middle of June right now, towards the end of it, if it slows down that shedding, because if aspartame does cause hair loss, like I said, it's not androgenic alopecia, it's shedding, but it would do so because it can be an inflammatory substance. DHT in itself is inflammatory. There's a lot of other stuff that is too. Sodium lauryl sulfate in shampoo. There's a lot of inflammatories that, if you are prone to hair loss, it will make it worse. It doesn't mean it will miniaturize your hair. It will just sort of limit the amount of hairs that are on your head at any given time. Plus, it's not an optimal kind of environment for hair growth. So that's the deal with aspartame, in my opinion, unless it alters your hormones in any way, of how it would cause hair loss if it does. Now, another point to point out here is that I can be a pretty good research subject for this because if any sort of medications, compounds, foods, drinks, whatever it might be, cause hair loss, I would be the one to get it. And I'm serious about that. I'm very, very prone to it. And I'm not saying it's androgenic alopecia, but for instance, um, if I took T3, which is thyroid hormone, and boosted it up to not necessarily hyperthyroid, but in a very high range, just that hormonal change will cause hair loss. I'm very prone to that. If say an antidepressant caused hair loss, I would probably get that symptom. It'd be the first one to get. Some people get headaches. Some people get fatigue. Some people they get really any of the symptoms, just depression and like those kind of things that people are prone to genetically. Will usually be the first side effects that surface if their body is not reacting well to a compound of food, a medication, or something like that. For me, it's hair loss. So if in any way aspartame was causing hair loss, I do think if I remove it from my diet, I would see a little improvement. Now, this is going to be hard to take like do like a controlled study of. I'm just gonna have to go off my instincts here. But like I said, there's nothing bad that can happen from it. The compound is not good for your body, even if it's not killing you. And the amount that I was consuming is pretty unacceptable. So we'll keep that between me and me. Pretty bad though. But anyway, I am going to replace it with Splenda in some cases, in most cases, Stevia. And, no more diet sodas, no more Crystal Light. There are different sodas that do have Splenda. This right here, RC Cola, diet of course, is made with sucralose, which is Splenda. And that's going to be a better choice because I have read the clinical research. Splenda does seem like a safer alternative significantly. And yeah, some protein powders have aspartame. I avoid those. I also take branched chain amino acids because it's really good for preserving muscle. I'm using the kind with Splenda. So any and all aspartame that I was taking is going to be replaced by Splenda or Stevia. Mostly Stevia though. So that is my plan there. I'll update this, I guess, in about 4 weeks or so to see if I have noticed any difference or anything like that. So far, I haven't. It's been a week. Some people that have removed aspartame from their diet entirely that say they were experiencing hair loss, and this is mainly women though, so they notice a difference in about 3 weeks. So men, male pattern baldness, female hair loss, different different causes out there. They're both caused by DHT, but female pattern baldness can be caused by a lot of other stuff, and it usually doesn't involve the miniaturization of hair. Before I get too far off the topic, though, that is my plan. I'm not really expecting anything from it, but we'll see. This is the shedding period of the year, one of two of them. So